Faust, Lingus, Twitcher. And there's your meat twitcher of the week. Hey Tito, what did you think about that?
Oh God, this fucking guy.
You know, we don't ask for a couple weeks, and he doesn't miss a beat, so to speak. So Eve again is your meat twitcher. So let's give her
Make it
due.
official.
Cap off. And there you go.
Beautiful.
Eve with 4. And we'll be right back with your Raw and SmackDown and all your WWE news of the week. Here is your WWE report for the week. It is, first of all, September 4th, 2012. And we're getting ready because football is on Sunday. Football isn't all year round like wrestling is. Thank God we got wrestling all year round to keep us occupied. I know you like a baseball, but, you know, football is where it's at. So, I see you have your 4th string jersey on, and I have my starter. So, anyway, we want to start this show off with the Tensai Watch, a new thing we have going on. And this is where we will count down how many weeks Tensai is employed by the WWE before future endeavored. And so far, this week marks 22 weeks since seeing him for the first time wrestle on Raw as Lord Tensai, not the little promo vignettes beforehand.
What do you think's the over/under? 30 weeks? 40 weeks?
I'm saying, do you think it's a year?
No.
Not even,
I
huh?
think it's a year. They've repackaged him a few times, but it's still stale as shit.
Yeah, alright, well, let's, that was enough time with the Tensai Watch. The main thing is Punk with him being a bad guy, but not, because if you look at it, he's still doing everything he did as a good guy, but to other people.
Right.
But two good guys, I guess you would say. So.
Yeah, because I was thinking if they're really going to go big time heel, he'd turn on the Chicago crowd, which he didn't.
No.
He played up to
That's the thing, and he plays on that I have not turned my back on the WWE fans, universe, whatever you want to call it. And it's like it harks back to Hitman in Calgary.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Bad guy everywhere else except for your place. So in Chicago, they're going to be cheering him, obviously.
Right.
You know, Chi-Town, my town, land of broken shoulders, and big dreams. So I went off and went wild at the very end of Raw. Raw wasn't that hot.
No.
I don't think much happened. But to see Paul E. Heyman in the car at the end of Raw driving Pat, I went wild. I love Paul. I think he's a genius. And it's like, oh, good. When Brock's not there, he can still hang in there.
Because apparently his contract ran out like right after SummerSlam, so I guess they're keeping him around. The first thing I thought of too was Punk's infamous pipe bomb promo from last year. Remember, he even snuck in there. I'm a Heyman guy.
Yeah, that was good. So there are
They're buddies.
Yeah,
they
our buddies.
Do something together. You know, it's good. And it also keeps since what's his name?
Who you got?
Brock. Since Brock's going to be off TV for a while, at least having Heyman there, and you kind of
keeps a presence, and he can mention him and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of people, like a goosecock out there that's pissed off you forget Brock's name of all people.
I just edit that part out.
Okay. So, another thing is, Punk is speaking the truth about that hideous World Championship belt.
Yes.
It's second best at best, and it's an eyesore.
Yeah.
It's ugly as hell. It's uglier than sin.
Well, both of them are pretty ugly.
Yeah, but you have prestige with the WWE. The WWE title is the title. And it drives me crazy, and I say it every week, it drives me crazy that when he's doing the whole say I'm the best in the world, they go, I will not say it.
Yeah.
Well, you're not putting your company over then.
Exactly. I know what you're saying.
If that championship means you're the best wrestler in the world, then you should say it. And when he loses it, then okay, I won't say it. But if you have that belt, you're the best.
He's held the belt for so long, and you're still not going to say he's the best.
Yeah, well, he's a bad guy. You can't say he's the best.
God forbid.
Yeah.
The whole respect thing. Respect.
Another thing on Raw was this Raw Interactive, which I'm calling bullshit on. It drives me crazy because it's with their Pound WWE match. Pound. What was it? A hug and what else?
A team? Was it
tag teaming? That was it. Tag team. And I made my own tweet for that, if you saw, and it said, Pound winner gets to give anal to loser. But that didn't get as many votes, apparently. So, we got a hug on Raw.
A very long, drawn-out hug.
And you know what I was dying from? I'm watching, and the ref is watching. He's watching. Okay, guys, here we go. And then it happens. He gets it.
Yeah.
So, but one squeezes the other, it doesn't count. The other one squeezes that guy, it doesn't count. Then they both have to finally squeeze each other. And, okay, ring the bell? It's almost weird. As bad as Santino with this Cobra being pissed off.
Yeah, like he can knock somebody out with the glove on, but once you take the sock puppet off, it's powerless.
No.
Even though he was doing that beforehand.
Yeah. And, I didn't even realize that in the long run.
Whatever. They had made the sock puppet because he was doing that initially.
I'm waiting for it to be sucking on Oksana's titty.
Oh, that'd be
It's going to go right there.
Yeah, if it was 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it probably would have happened a couple years ago, but sadly, people are running for Senate, and that does it. Another buoy logic part of the show is AJ is told by all the upper management she cannot put her hands on wrestlers, managers, etc. And so, does this mean everyone can punch her in the face?
Apparently.
And she's not allowed to do anything? It's not if I'm provoked I'm allowed? Things need to be fixed with that. There is your WWE report, and we will go right in with no delay to your Remember When this week.
Oh, what are we going to remember this week?
This week is an WCW Remember When.
What?
Exactly. You know what? I have on all my tapes, I have a little piece of a WCW thing because it's only when crazy shit happens. This is from September 21st, 98. So we almost actually got it in time, the same
almost
time.
A year off.
Almost off.
Accidentally.
So here you go. Now, do you remember when?
Here's another look at it.
Hopefully it's just a shoulder injury here as he landed on his lips.
All the weight came down on the back of his neck, Tony.
You can hear the fans react here in the building when they see it now for a third time. Different angle here.
Look at how low he came, and they broke him.
You know, wrestlers use different spectacular maneuvers, and a lot of them are just awesome, but they're so dangerous. And wow.
You can hear the response from the crowd as they show the replay.
Well, they're starting to applaud here, so I don't know what that means. Hopefully, that means the man is moving. Okay, while they attempt... Okay, we are going to, I understand, go to a weigh-in as... well, one of the Vianos... Boy, this is great to see.
Is it ever?
That he can set up here.
Well, he may not be sitting up tomorrow.
He said... Again, the man is walking away from the ring. That's remarkable. He gets a deserved hand here from the fans. Michael, this man can walk in from the ring.
Hey, you put your head on backwards too? Hats on backwards rules.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah! All right, it's your TNA report this week.
Impact report?
Either way you want to go, it's an Impact and it's a report from TNA. So, I would like to say first, they started off this previously on Lost.
Yeah.
The number one story, do you remember what they came up with previously on Lost? The number one thing they talked about. Tessmacher lost to Tara.
Oh.
That was the first thing they mentioned.
I don't even remember.
Okay. And I'm also
Test marker wasn't even on the show.
I'm also shocked that they even mentioned Claire.
Yeah.
I guess they kind of had to, but it was almost like sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Get,
I think they only
be done.
did just because of the
It happened
when
last
they had
week.
Hogan and Sting talk to Kaz and Daniels just to kind of reprimand him. Which, side note, I thought it was funny when Kaz called Sting Heath.
Exactly. So, I'm shocked that they did that. But then they get to the BFG series.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're making it up as they go along.
Kind of, yeah.
Because now they gave the stipulation of what it means to be first place. They're watching the show because we mentioned it last week. So now they say if you're first place, you get to pick your opponent out of the rest of them.
Right.
So this week we're going to see who gets to be in that last spot. RVD's the man out.
Yeah.
He's out. He's not losing to Bully.
No.
But then again, Bully's contract.
Yeah.
That's the only part that's going to make you say, I wonder.
Bully not in it, too, because he's been kind of tied into the Aces and Eights storyline a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Where he, would fight against them, maybe. I don't know.
Now, are you thinking who's winning this? Because does Aries drop this title? And then... but I'm saying it's got to be... For the best match, it's got to be Jeff and Aries.
Yeah. Best match definitely would be those two.
And then it's like, well... If Storm wins this whole thing, does Rude take back that belt?
I think so. I mean, that's what
we were saying from the beginning. We said how stupid. Yeah,
remember one of our early shows. Oh, it's so obvious. Hopefully they, don't make it obvious.
Yeah.
Right now they're not making it obvious
No.
since Aries won the belt and everything. So.
And see, that brings me to the whole Aces and Eights thing with Aries getting killed. I like how they did where Hogan said, "Our best is in there. You send yours."
Yeah.
Which is cool because it's like, okay, they actually gave credit to him being the champion.
Yeah, put him over.
Yeah, and then Aries gets where is it the guy? Does the guy have a malfunction when he gets in the ring, or was it on purpose?
Oh, the guy with putting the mask on?
Yes.
I don't know. That was
he
weird.
gets on the ring and then goes, "Oh."
I think he forgot, but the only
That's
thing
what I'm
that,
thinking.
The only thing that was weird was Taz called
Mentioned
it out.
it, yeah.
Which he
wouldn't have done.
Would, So that was the only part that I'm like,
Reminds me of Al Snow's old gimmick. What was it? Avatar was his name?
Oh, yeah.
Where he put on his mask when he got in the ring. I like this damn
He
gimmick.
was like the shitty luchador.
I like that gimmick, Al Snow. I'm the only one who actually liked that thing, I think, because I was like, oh, that's good. He gets his game face when he gets in the ring and then transforms out or whatever. So, Aries gets knocked out, and the thing that I noticed about that is he gets knocked out. You see he's doing that whole where your arms are down, and he's laying on his face, foaming dead with his eyes open. No help.
No, of course.
They have their hand on his back. No, hey, bring in the medical.
No, just Bubba. He hit him. Hit him with the what they call that
flapjack
hit him
or
with the
slapjack, whatever that is. And meanwhile, it looked like a camera roll of film.
I was busy trying to figure out who the fuck the guy was.
Yeah.
I'm like, it looked like a thin Matt Hardy almost.
And they're trying to say that I guess their main guy is not going to be really their main guy when it comes out to it.
Yeah.
It's looking like, God forbid, this whole thing is going to end up being Bischoff behind it because of the motorcycle deal.
Yeah, I hope not.
And then I guess he can manage. And I'm thinking, hey, do you think Garrett then goes over?
Yeah.
And is with them? Yeah, it's something for him to do.
Garrett sucks. And Devon's gone. So he needs
without
something to
Devon,
do.
there's going to be a problem for him to do something. We finally... Oh, one more thing first is... When we had the women's match come out here, which will bring up a new segment in a moment.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for this one, folks, because this is a good one. We had ODB come out on mic and say, Brooke called me and said we're going to have a match or whatever. So now Brooke can't be at the place? She
like
can't
Madison
make it?
got a phone call too.
Everyone gets phone calls now because she's not there, so... that's...
Way to bring in Brooke Hogan to show up
Unless
once a month.
At least they could have said, Hogan's like, you're staying home until Aces and Eights under control, but then it looks like she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Not in whatever way, but it looks like you're soft by saying, oh, my daddy told me to stay home. So they're really screwed either way. She kind of has to show up. And that brings us to this segment called Meet Shrinker of the Week. And this is where we... find the one who shrunk our meat. This won't be an every week thing. It's just certain ones that stood out to us.
We'll lay out the scenario. You got Madison in the ring, looking hot.
Yes.
You got Taryn Terrell, wherever you say her name.
Yes.
Referee, those titties, looking hot. And then what happens?
ODB comes out. Tattoos and all. And so, here's your meat shrinker of the week. Okay, there you go. There is your meat shrinker of the week. And it goes to ODB, as we said. So, cap off.
Depressing.
It is depressing. So, let's see if I can do this backwards on there. Just like that. Beautiful. So, congratulations. She is our meat shrinker. So, anyway, the rest of the show. The last thing about TNA.
Gotcha!
Is they took our advice. Thanks for watching, guys. And you got rid of this last guy.
Clean
Middle. And they did not bullshit around. Pritchard even said you need to wake up.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
this
you need
business
to not-
isn't for you.
You like how they had the wife and the kid? It was almost like saying, "Oh, look, we don't just pass through a sob story." It was almost like they were kind of throwing in their face because we said on the show, "Oh, all you need is a sob story." See, they're listening to you.
Yeah, see? I told you. AJ, lose one nut. Like we say, pound AJ Kirsch, the number 4, gut check, and try to get this guy on this show already. I know they're looking at him hard. I could tell. Yeah, right. So, we'll try to get him on this show, but at least they finally wised up and got rid of him. And it was good to see Joey Ryan back on the show, of course, too.
Yeah,
doing
even though
this.
I'm kind of like, they need to get this
Hurry
shit
up.
going because
Yeah.
he's starting to lose a little bit of his steam.
Yeah, they need to
Go
have...
from punching him in the face to throwing water on him or soda, whatever the fuck.
And it's got to be where Al Snow is fighting him for the
Yes,
contract.
right?
Something, and he'll...
Let's hurry it up. Don't.
Yeah.
They're probably just dragging it out.
Slow
for
burn
Bound for
Willie.
Glory, you know what I mean?
This poor bastard's doing indie shows. He's like, okay, let's go. Let me get on here
He's
already.
got time to go to his Anaheim Angels games.
Hey, listen.
Excuse me, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Sorry.
Yeah, hey, they beat the San Francisco Giants in the World
never-
Series,
that's
but
10 years
but
ago.
the Giants have a shinier ring. It's brand new.
A lot newer.
Well, it's somewhat new, so newer than my Mets do. So there's your TNA report. So
Impact report.
either way, now we will head off to the news with my good friend Leland Yao and leave this cock-smoking clerk fucking faggot on the couch.
Hey man,
Go to the
I wanna
news.
play Madden. Good afternoon, I'm Leland Yao, and this is the news. Kev, nice hat.
Thank you.
You look a lot like Chris Cavalier with that.
No, look, it's me.
Oh,
It's like, okay.
yeah, wait, big difference. All right, and on to the news. Now, just after we went off the air last Tuesday, it came out that WWE diva Cameron, one of the Funkadactyls, she was arrested for getting a DUI. Now, on top of that, according to reports, she attempted to bribe the arresting officer, trying to give the officer $10,000 to let her go because she was afraid she'd lose her job. So, Cameron had failed to notify WWE of the news.
Oh, running hide.
So they found out via the internet, so that didn't make them too happy, and she's been suspended for 15 days.
Wow.
She was on the Raw tour in Australia last week. She worked the Thursday night show, and then Friday they sent her home. Said, no, you're going home. So she's starting, I guess, from last Friday. Her suspension started.
It's kind of like, you're hurting the whole team when you're, messing it up because she's got 2 other people relying.
Yeah, and no Brodus on Raw last night either.
Yeah.
And I guess they spotlighted her on the Saturday morning show, too. So
Really?
that's kind of in poor taste, too, considering it's supposed to be a kid's
Kids show.
Okay.
It reminds me of a joke where the lady pulls over and the cop thinks she's driving drunk, so he says, license registration. He looks at her license and he says, oh, so you're Polish, huh? And he starts to unzip his pants and she goes, oh no, not another breathalyzer. Go on.
The classics never die.
Yahoo!
Okay, last week we talked about the PWI 500. Now, Kurt Angle decided to throw in his 2 cents.
Imagine that. How come I'm not number 1?
You can imagine where this is going. So let me quote Kurt Angle, if you will. Punk is not in the top 10. PWI is all about title runs, not wrestling. Orton is better. AJ, Rude, Aries, me are better. Sorry, Punk fans. No disrespect.
He's still crying about Punk saying TNA was minor league. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Wow. He's the world champion, or WWE champion, excuse me, which is really the world champion, in the big leagues. Mm-hmm. Case closed.
And he's complaining about the title runs. PWI is a kayfabe magazine. It goes based on, the storyline. Punk's been the champ most of the year. So anyways.
He's had it for 280 some days, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's horrible.
All right, I'm going to run through a couple quick hitters here. Randy Orton will probably be off TV pretty soon. He just came back, right?
Don't tell me he was smoking out or something.
No, he's going to be off filming 12 Rounds Reloaded.
Oh, now they're doing along the lines of Marine, like at the end of TNA Impact. Mm-hmm. That was real nice. A WWE logo pops on the TV, and it's the Marine 2.
That was very bizarre.
Very good.
So we can look forward to the Marine 3 with The Miz and 12 Rounds Reloaded with Orton.
Christ.
Luke Gallows officially signed with TNA. I guess there was speculations he was going to sign. Apparently it's official now.
So he's going to be one of the bikers.
I think he's already been working as one. It's just hadn't been official
under the
yet.
table pay.
Mm-hmm. You guys mentioned earlier Eve Torres won NBC's reality show Stars Earned Stripes.
Yes, good job. Always root for one of our own.
Yes, she won $100,000 for the USO.
I saw that. She tweeted a picture with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty cool. And one other thing I want to mention, Tommy Tiny Lister, as you may well know as Zeus or Debo. He's pled guilty to a multi-million-dollar mortgage fraud scheme.
Wow.
So he's facing up to 5 years in prison. And I heard they're going to make a fourth Friday movie, so it looks like he might not be in it, which would really suck.
That would suck. Man, of all things, too. Mm-hmm. It's like, you played those characters, now you're going to get to be one of those characters, and you think someone will try to bow up to him and see if he's really the tough guy and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
That sucks.
That's all the news I got for this week, and that's what's going down.
All right. As always, we encourage you to follow us at Wrestlingus Show.
Please follow us.
Please follow along. We have a lot of nonsense we get to on there.
Especially during the shows. If you were following along with this guy on last night during Raw, pure comedy.
Thank you. And speaking of comedy, you want to follow at Curtain Jerks. Mm-hmm. They have a podcast about all the events going on in wrestling with a twist of humor, of course. Mm-hmm. So, and remember to, of course, pound AJ Kirsch for Gut Check, and we'll try to get him on Gut Check. He shows us no love, but we're going to push this pig for a little while longer, and then maybe we'll start taking applications from other people, depending on their quality of wrestling. If I don't care, you got to be good if we're going to say you're good. I'm not just going to say you're good. So, I
say we push AJ until the Tenzai watch is over.
Oh, that could be a race right there, horse race.
What'll happen first? Tenzai's gone, or AJ finally gets the phone call?
Oh boy, now you're talking. So, anyway, enjoy your football weekend, everybody, and here's to the Bears getting another one of these. That's right, a Super Bowl championship, because they're gonna come here to San Francisco and give it to him.
Whatever. Hey,
Alex Smith's going to go,
Hey, you'll be rooting for us this weekend.
Yes. I will be rooting for the 49ers over the Fudge Packies. And, F the Packers. And pound F the Packers.
There you go.
So, wear your Niner gear this weekend when you're watching that game. And luck's not going to have any this weekend, I assure you. So, farewell all, and we'll see you next week. Ta-ta.